talk about what type of work should be done where. Now, again, there is research behind this, and this, I am proud to say, this is not a video, but you can find the video. I would highly, highly recommend looking at Dr. Fiona Kerr, 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 I'm not sure how she pronounces her name. She is, I believe she's Scottish, but she lives here in Australia. I had the opportunity to hear her speak at 100% Human at Work event, which is a Richard Branson initiative that I'm very, very involved in. And her research is mind-blowing, and it speaks directly to the efficacy of hybrid work. So she's a huge proponent of hybrid work. Her future of work stuff is really, really good. I think very, very prescient. I think it's very, she's got a lot of distinctions that might be confronting or scary for people, but it tracks with my own thinking, and it tracks with the other research that I'm doing. But what she says is that there's something called brainwave synchronization. Now, this is fascinating. I am going to really dumb it down because that's how I understand it. But in doing her research, she is a double PhD. Now, I know that you're a doctoral candidate yourself, Renee, so you can appreciate this. She did a double doctorate on systems thinking. I'm going to get this wrong. Hang on. It's on her, what is it? Neural systems and complex thinking. Complex systems. Neural networks and systems thinking. A double major in neural networks, how the brain thinks, and systems thinking, how organizations think. And in her research, one of the things that she did is she put skull caps that measure brain waves on people in different settings. And the one that she related to us was two pilots, a pilot and a co-pilot, sitting on a plane. And pilots, because they're so highly trained, they use checklists, they work together, they are like a well-oiled machine. They don't talk a lot. They do a lot by routine, and they just do their jobs. So it was a perfect test case. And what it showed is that two people in the same proximity of each other, their brains actually communicate on an electromagnetic level. So their brains are talking to each other electromagnetically. Fascinating research. Well, what does that mean? And this is where I'm dumbing it down. This means that, now, Renee and I have never met in person. So my brain is kind of going, ooh, that Renee, she seems like a really good person, but I don't trust her 100%. I don't trust her completely because my brain hasn't met her brain. We haven't been in the same room. Whereas one of the other panelists, the person, the champion for this SG Fleet series, Aparna, she and I have met in person. So our brains have formed almost like little holistic representations of each other. And my brain goes, oh, I see Aparna online, I can trust Aparna. So what that research has shown is that even in a dispersed, distributed work environment, even when you are managing people from all across the country, all across the world, it's really important to get the team together. And research shows best case once a month, not financially viable, but at least once a quarter, at the very least twice a year, so that your brains can interact with each other and form that comfort, that level of trust and respect. It's called brain synchronization. And then there's a concept called dynamic interaction. And what she says is that the work that's best done face to face with people in an office, in a cafe, don't care what four walls they're in, but they need to be in the same four walls, are when you're doing a lot of brainstorming. Brainstorming and creative work that requires collaboration, that's best done together. Anything else can be done by yourself. And it's a lot more productive to do the deep thinking work by yourself, because in an open plan office, how many times per day are you interrupted? I mean, tens, maybe hundreds, depending on where you sit, who you are, what you're involved in. It can take up to 17 minutes for your brain to get back to that deep level of thinking. So, in an optimal hybrid work environment, you want to come together at least I would say once a quarter, so that your brains can synchronize. And you want to do creative work, collaborative work, if at all possible, in person. Sometimes that's not practical.